In the previous session of LaTeX, we saw how to insert figures in the document. In this session, we are going to see how to refer those figures along the text in the document. So we'll start with a blank document. So the first line is going to be the document class of type article. Then we define the begin and end document tag, wherein we write the content. This is to learn how to refer figures in the document. Okay, so let's save preview before we start making the changes. So I'm going to call this as figure references. So it's refs in short form. Okay, so let's preview this. We have the document with us. Now we are going to start inserting figures. We know we need to use the package graphics. We have already seen this in the last session. Now let us insert two figures in the documents first, then we will see how to go about referring it. So for that we will define the tag, begin figure, and end figure. Because of my typo, the figure does not get generated automatically. Okay, so now we have defined the begin and end figure. Now let us include the figure in the section. So it's going to be #include graphics. I'm not going to talk about any scales, so I'm not worried about the key vals, only the image names. So in this case, let me call the first one as img.jpg. Okay, now I'm going to insert, as I said, another figure. So let's do that. So in this case, it's going to be img2. This is going to be img1. Now let's preview first that we are getting the images. Then we will see about labeling and references. Okay, so this is one figure and this is another figure. Okay, so now this figure is too big, so I will say this as roses dot. I have another file which is relatively small, which is the PNG file. Let's refer these two figures. So this is the first figure and this is the second figure, right? Now we need to generate figure numbers. So all you have to do for that is define the caption for the figures. In this case, I say this is a pink rose. Right, this is a pink rose, and here I'm going to say caption, and this is going to be, this is a shaded rose. Okay, so now we will see the figures are getting generated with figure numbers. Figure 2, this is a shaded rose, and I say figure 1, this is a pink rose. Now inside the document, I need the references made to these figures. So let's write some chunks. This is my first figure, and you give the number of the figure, right? So you want the figure number there, so you say /reference, then you need to give the label of the figure. Okay, so now let us define what is a label. Label is nothing but you give a name to the entity. For example, my name is Priya, which means I am given a label or identification that it is Priya. The same way we will name this figure as label. I am going to say this is pink rose. Just to remember what this is about, I am giving a valid name that I can remember. So if I say I have to refer it by the name it is, so I am going to say it is pink rose here. So now what happens when I compile it, the number that I should get here is going to be 1 because pink rose figure number is 1, right? So let us give a label for the shaded rose. So this is label. I am going to say shaded rose. Okay. Now what happens? My second, or I can say my figure. Now I am giving the reference shaded rows, right? Because there is only one name, it automatically picks up with starting yes. So my figure 2 is about shaded rows. Let's see how now the figure looks. This is the first figure with the name. This is a pink rose with figure number 1. So when you see the text, this is to learn how to refer figures. This is my first figure. You get the number, right? Because you gave it as figure 1. My figure 2 is about shaded rows, because that is what the figure 2 is about. It is about shaded rows. Now the advantage of using these labels is, for example, for some reason after the documents are getting generated, I reorganize the order of the figures in the document. For example, I make the pink rows as the second figure and the shaded rows as the first figure. So if you change the order, this becomes figure 1 and this becomes figure 2. So I don't need to go manually change in the text because I'm calling it by their label. So irrespective of where they are posted in the document, their name is shaded rows and pink rows. That is not getting changed, right? So the generated figure numbers will also be getting picked up automatically. Let's see how this works. See, now this is my first figure, gets the number 2 because the label is correspondingly changed. My figure 1 is about shaded rows because this has become the first figure. So the numbers that the figures generates automatically will get automatically fitted in the reference section. So it is like you call the name of each of these objects. So that name is going to come automatically inside. So now let us see how this works on an equation. For example, you say begin equation. Okay, I am not writing any complex equation, right? E is equal to MC then cap 2. Okay, this is my equation. Let us compile. This will generate a equation number 1. Correct? Now it has generated the number 1. I will refer this as the same way. The equation, I say refer. Then this time I am going to say, I have to give a label to this equation, right? So I say label. The name I am going to give is instant because that's the equation I am looking at. So in this place, let us say instant. So now let us compile and see what happens. The equation 1. That is because this is an equation. So the numbers are generated for the equations as 1, 2, 3. For the figures separately as 1, 2, 3. Similarly, if we bring in a table, the numbers for those tables will be separated because each are different categories. The serial numbers are going to be starting differently for each. So the equation is the famous instant equation. Is the famous instant equation. Okay, that's what I've written. Okay, now if I run it, the numbers are getting generated as we would like. Okay, so this way you can reference any entities, tables, figures, equations, algorithms, anything that you want with these numbers by just giving what we call as a name in the form of a label. So the moment you labelize or give a name to the object, you can use that name and call the object as you like. Usually when you say /ref and start, see it lists all those names that you already have. I have only 3 names that I have defined. So which is going to be, for example, if I put the bracket here, it is going to be instant, pink rows and shaded rows. So the moment you type, it lists all the names that you have given. So all you had to do is pick it up. So for example, if you want to remember what those names are, you can also insert like this. This is like equation. So you say equation instant, something like this to remember. Okay, so this is a figure. So I am saying it is figured shape. So if you have so many figures, references, equations that you need to call, now let us see how the reference list. So you know the figure is going to be listed as figure options. So you can pick any of those. These are equations. So you can pick up any equation, so and so forth. So it is easy for you to track, or if there are, say for example, 20-25 references that you have like this, then it is easy to pick because you have given prefix to the name as figure, equation, table or whatever. So if you are going to refer an equation, all I need to bother is equation list. So only that gets listed. If you are referring for a figure, I just type F, so it lists only the figures. So you can choose that. So these are convenience that you can pick. Otherwise, if you only have small amount of references or figures or equations or tables in your document, you just need to give the name. Either way, this is just to help short it down easily so that you remember what it is about. This is about a figure, this is about an equation. Next, when we see, you can also talk if it is about a table and so forth. Okay, so with this, we will end this session. In the subsequent few sessions, we will see how to insert different styles of tables inside LaTeX. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.